Hi everyone, and welcome to Johnson's Journeys, Season 6, Episode 10. Today we've got the last Euro Cup group game against Norrkoping, which is a bit of a dead rubber. We're already qualified for the next round. And then in the second game of today's episode we play Gent in the Belgian Cup quarter-final. If you missed last episode, it was 2-1 wins. Panathinaikos in the Europa League and Brugge in the Cup. We also played STVV off screen and won that 4-2. And then since that episode, I've also played Charleroi and we won 2-0. So after that dodgy episode a couple of episodes ago, we've now strung some form together. Reece Nelson was scored in 3 of the 4 games. TriStar in 2 of the 4, but has 4 goals thanks to his hat-trick in the league game. And yeah, hopefully we can keep it going against Norrkoping today. The challenge really is just to try and finish top ahead of Sparta Prague, who play Panathinaikos, so not an easy game. We'll keep an eye on that result. We are currently second on head-to-head, I believe it is, so we could do with Panathinaikos doing us a favour. And this is the team today then. Alexiev is injured, or just coming back from injury. Yeah, there you go. Mubanje is suspended. So we've got Koshikori in goal, Murisan, Briancon, Barmos gets a game, and Sessin on the left back, Sasa and Vanaken in midfield, Vojvodic comes in on the left, Sanchez is behind TriStar with Nelson out on the right. Hrick had a little injury, so Sanchez came in and scored a goal in our last game, I think it was, so we'll keep him in for now. And yeah, TriStar obviously 20 goals in 23 games, just brilliant. Nelson's in great recent form, nearly averaging an 8 in his last 5 games. And yeah, the back 4 are playing well, so hopefully we can smash Norrkoping, continue the good form, and yeah, they've only got a point so far. I don't know which team that was against. It wasn't us. We beat them in the earlier group game. They've been thoroughly outclassed, but it was quite a difficult group. Sparta Prague, Panathinaikos and ourselves, 3 quite evenly matched teams. The games we've played against them have been close. Obviously Panathinaikos was a 0-0 and a 2-1. And against Sparta Prague we lost, I think it was lost 1-0. I think we beat them 2-1 or something, so they've been very close, but we've done well to... Oh, get in, TriStar. Oh no, own goal. Oh, what? I don't really know what happened there. The ball came in from Sanchez. Keeper parried it onto the post. It looked like TriStar got there, but it's gone down as an own goal anyway. But we're 1-0 up, so that's all that counts. Sassa's booked 17 minutes in. He's going off at half time because he is a red card waiting to happen. As we come forward again, nice bit of play, keeping the ball. TriStar through on goal and straight at the keeper. Good play though, very very good. And yeah, Neil Nelson, sprained wrist, he can stay on. He can stay on with a sprained wrist. Kajikaru's kick towards TriStar, but they're coming forward. They're having arguably the better of the game. More shots, more possession. Not really sure why. And with that, they equalise. Kies Thalin heads in at the back post. Sessignon beaten to the ball, and Kees Thalin is left all on his own at the back post. Pretty simple finish for him, really. Panathinaikos are currently beating Sparta Prague, as we wanted. So what does that do to the league table? Puts us top by a point. We just need to win and hope for the best, which we're not even doing ourselves at the moment. I am going to take Sasa off as promised. Haven't got any right wingers on the bench. Vojvodic. I'm going to bring Denswil on for Nelson. Put Vojvodic on the right. Sessignon on the left wing. Denswil can play left back. I know it's only a strained wrist for Nelson, but I don't want it to aggravate him and rule him out for ages. He's one of our important players and he's in great form. So, and Sasa, as I said, was booked. So Hajdu comes on for him. Tri-stars on the ball. Vanaken, Sanchez. Yes, come on. There it is. 2-1. Sanchez now 2-2, I think it is. Hadn't scored for us until last game, but is now in a hot streak. Well, I'll say that. 2 games, 2 goals. TriStar having a quiet game. We're going to get Ugo Chukwu on for the last half an hour or so. Not seen a lot of football recently. Ugo Chukwu with TriStar's great form. A goal today would do him the world of good. There's plenty of time for him to get it, so fingers crossed. As I say that, he's on the ball, coming forward. Oh, straight to the keeper. Good play though again. TriStar had a chance like that earlier, so I think they're very similar players. That's good, but also bad. They're both good with the ball at their feet. They're like running at people. Composure doesn't particularly seem the best. Not particularly good at one-on-ones. Ugo Chukwu especially is more of a sort of opportunist. Score it at front post, or and I think TriStar's in a similar mould. But yeah, they're 2 good strikers to have, and I don't feel like I need another one. I'm happy with relying on those 2. Obviously, if one was to get a bad injury between now and the end of the transfer window in January, then I would go out and buy another striker. But as it stands, very happy. And as Murasan clears that, that's the full-time whistle. Finishes 2-1. A decent performance, got the job done. And Sparta Prague lost to Panathinaikos, so that assures us top spot. The first knockout round draw isn't for a few days. I'm going to go away now and play the Europa League game, and then the Europa League draw is the day after that, so I'll bring it all to you when we're back for the Gent Cup game. Okay, we're back for the Gent game in the Belgian Cup. You've just missed the one game. Played Eupen and we drew 1-1. TriStar scored and then they equalised, and that was how it finished. A little bit disappointing given the recent form, but keeps us 5th in the league, ahead of this tough run-in before the winter break, which I will show you next episode. But yeah, we've got Gent in the quarter-final today. And this is the team. Kojikaru's in goal. Murasan, Briancon, Denswil and Sessignon plays. Sasa and Vanaken in midfield. Alexiev on the left. Nelson on the right, carrying I think it's a wrist injury or something, but he's fine. And Sanchez behind TriStar. I did play Vaclav Cherny in the last game. Back from his viral infection thing. he lasted most of the game and then picked up a pulled hamstring, so he's out for 2 weeks. Starting to worry he might be injury prone. Something I'm going to keep an eye on though. While we've got Nelson in good form, it doesn't really matter. But Mubanje is currently under a bid from Lens, hence why he doesn't play today. Try and clear him out as well for January. And yeah, apart from that, usually rotate a little bit more for the cup games, but seeing as it's a quarter final and Gent are one of the top 6 teams usually, I thought it best to play a strong side. TriStar obviously is in the top scorers list there with his hat-trick in the earlier round. He needs to get back to scoring. I don't know, he's a bit... I know he's young, but I mean he like scores a hat-trick, then doesn't score for like 3 games. Doesn't really tend to score just like 1 goal. Yes, I know he did that in the last episode, in the last game. But it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, we'll see. We've got Hugo Chukwu on the bench anyway, if needs be. Sessegnon is yeah, has not been booked there. That's fine. But is he out of position? I guess he's not really. Gent now knocking it around nicely. I don't really know how they're doing in the league. I guess they're above us, I presume. I think the top 6 is as standard, so standard Liège as normal. But yeah, Alexiev here tearing down the left, ball in the middle, TriStar, goal. Simple, superb, fantastic, excellent stuff. Alexiev, that's like the best thing he's done all season, pretty much. TriStar took a touch and then slotted it past the keeper. Good composure, something that I've questioned of TriStar since he's joined, but was very good there. Now Jordan Larson, the son of Henrik Larson, coming forward now, has scored, I think he's been getting over 15 maybe goals a season since he joined Gent. I think he's been there for about 3 or 4 years now. He's a very good striker at this level. Did look at him, but he's not Belgian. So Nelson, 2-0. Ball through from Van Aken. Nelson hits his 7th for the season. Some claims of offside, but I think he was just on. We'll have a look here. Ooh, I don't know. That is quite tight actually. FM obviously does get it wrong sometimes, to do with the realism and whatnot. I think he might just have been off there, but whatever. We take the goal. Looking decent today. And yeah, need to, like I say, we've got this game and then 3 more before the winter break. Need to get through those in good form if we can. I've arranged some friendlies for the break. The board or my assistant or the director of football or someone organised one against Cockside. I've played them a few times in friendlies. I think they must be a feeder team or something like that. So we've got them, and then I've also arranged 2 more of note or of interest. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but you can probably guess. I'll bring both of those games to you in a sort of special-ish episode after the next, in 2 episodes' time, basically. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. And then yeah, I'll be into the transfer window. A few deals arranged already. Ball in, Van Aken, goal, lovely finish. 3-0. Van Aken scores his first goal of the season from open play. The rest have been penalties. Great ball in from Nelson, cleared. Van Aken takes it on his chest, I guess, probably, looking at that. Bangs it in. Yeah, there's a few transfer deals arranged already. Kleiber obviously is leaving. Mubanje looks like he's leaving as well. And then I've got two coming in. A centre back who I think I mentioned last episode. His name is Wouters, I think from Genk. I think he's 25, 25 years old. Belgian centre half. And then the other one is a central midfielder. Also, I think he's also 25 and also Belgian. He's coming in from Chievo in Italy, but was trained at a Belgian side. So we'll hopefully count towards the registration rules. And yeah, looks like a tidy player. Got him very cheap as well. So yeah, it's a good start for the January business. It's not even January yet, so try and get it done early, and then we can hit the league running when it restarts, and assault the top four in the second half of the season. Finish as high as we can. Hopefully go on a cup run, European run, and have a successful season. As I mentioned last episode, I think we're going to be at Brugge for probably another, at least the end of this season, and probably next year as well, depending on, like I think I summed it last episode, I'm not going to actively look to move in the next sort of 18 months. But if I'm approached, or even if I'm sacked, worst case scenario, then obviously I will be back job hunting again. And yeah, if I get headhunted, then we'll consider it. Branco makes it 4. Lovely. First goal of the season. Rick, the substitute with the ball in, only been on the pitch a couple of minutes. Game is wrapped up. We will bring on Gaspar for Vanaken. Yeah, this first, well, not first full season, there's been a lot of new signings, and so it's going to take the team a while to bed in. A lot of them are young, so we're going to develop over the next couple of years. I think potentially next season, if not more than likely the season after, this team will be title challenging, definitely, if we can keep the large majority of it together, and if the young players continue to develop as is expected by the coaches and the scouts, and from what I've seen so far, the plan is to try and win a league title in Belgium while we're here, and then move on. But as I said, if I get headhunted, then that might not happen, but yeah, we'll see how we go. And yeah, I'm still enjoying this journeyman save, if you like. Going on a bit of a European journey. Try and tick off as many major nations as we can. And yeah, any feedback, any ideas, any challenges, any questions, just drop them all in the comments. I do read every comment. That's because I don't really get any, to be fair, but yeah, yeah, there we go. So that was a good victory there. Into the semi-finals now of the cup. The draw for that isn't until after the next league game, which I'm not going to play as part of an episode. Really pleased with that. The Mouscron game I'm going to play off camera, and then next episode I'll be back for Standard and Genk, and I'll also let you know obviously who we got in the semi-final. I will just talk of the transfers briefly now. This is Dries Wouters. He's 24-year-old centre-back, Belgian. Heading, marking, tackling. Look at those stats, they're very good. Has played a lot of games for Genk. Obviously they're like a title challenging side, so for him to be such an integral part of them is only a good sign. And Sofiane Chiellini, also 24, Central midfielder or an attacking midfielder. Technique, passing, first touch, vision's very good. Been at Chievo for a few years, not played a massive amount of football. Played for Standard Liège and the academy JMG, which I assume is full of regens. They might have to get a scout. But yeah, so hopefully he counts towards our registration. And we got him for £105,000. I don't know whether the scout report is terrible, because it suggests that he could be a 5-star player, and to get him for that cheap seems a bit strange, but we'll take a punt on him. And as I say, Kleiber is leaving for Steaua Bucharest for 3.2 million. That's not towards the end of January though, not until towards the end of January. And Mubanje, £1 million to Lens. His contract's out at the end of the season anyway, so no big deal. Sessegnon will come in. I am looking at left backs to bring in to either replace Mubanje or to support Sessegnon. Haven't quite decided which way around I'm going to work it yet. A Belgian left back is the priority probably, or I'll just promote from within. So yeah, I think that's about it. So we'll see you next time. Should be, what day are we? Wednesday. So it'll be Friday, all being well. These last 2 games before the winter break. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, or you want to see more, subscribe. The button should be there. And yeah, thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you again soon.